Hi, my name is Wilx, and this is episode 13 of FTP Continuum. Now, I don't normally consider 13 an unlucky number, or at least it hasn't been for me in the past. But just as I was uploading episode 12, my internet went down for 4 days. Bothering me no end. It's like having my right arm cut off. Then when I went to record this, the first time through, just as I'm getting towards the end, the power goes out for just a second and corrupts the file. So I had to start over again. So, well, you can judge for yourself, but I think that was just coincidence. So today what we're going to do, we're going to talk a little bit about the temporal bead that we did last episode. We're going to talk a little bit more about the silky miners. I'm going to make the last two of the dentistry machines, the DNA extractor and the genetic transposer. I normally don't bother with them, but I think they're going to both be useful in this particular pack. I haven't made them in other packs. Then I'm going to show you my auto ore processing system over there. And then we're going to set up a system for making plastic and a system for making tungsten. So let's get started first with our temporal bee. And I put it here. This is about the middle of my base from side to side there. I don't think I need 3 territory upgrades. 2 probably would have been enough. It would have covered my whole base. But I'm not so sure I want my entire base to be under one of these things. Oh, and I didn't put any speed upgrades or production upgrades in it yet, because I wasn't sure what it was going to be like. But I'm not sure that I even like this, because, for instance, if we come up here, I took out my cart because the trees were going really fast and the cart wasn't nearly as quick at cleaning them up. So I had plenty of wood. I've got 20,000 of that, 20,000 of that. I just shut it off. I didn't really care. But there was other things that are reacting, a whole bunch of little things are reacting kind of funny. Like, actually, let's do it with 8. No, we'll do it with 12. That's fine. So if we come over here, this is plates. Yeah. So watch this thing when it goes to make plates. See, it's sort of odd the way it does it, like 3 at a time, etc. Now that may just be the way the power's coming into this, or it could be the temporal bee. I don't know what it was. But I've noticed a few things that are reacting a little odd. Not a serious problem, just a little odd. So I might be more selective as to what I speed up and what I don't. All right, let's go. I talked about the silky miners. Let's take a look at those for just a second here. Just before we do, I made some ender chests. So actually, let's get you started. So this is to make our earther pearls. And this one takes a little while, so we might as well start it now. I'm not sure how long this one takes. It's probably really quick. Yeah, it was. And how are we doing on... Oh, we're full on honey. Okay. So we'll make some more of these upgrade frames. I am sick and tired of making tin electron tubes. Constantly making those. That chest was full of tin electron tubes. I keep going through them like they're nothing. Okay, so we'll put 1 there, 2 of them there. And so that's how you make the ender chests. And you place them down, and you can, this is white, white, white start. If I put yellow dye in the center, it becomes white, yellow, white. And then you make an ender pouch like that. So let's go see what I was using these for. I've already set them up, but I thought I should make them on camera. So I replaced the fortune bee with another silky bee. So I got 2 silky bees out here now. And I am doing them in a much simpler fashion here. So that's my energy bee. That's my silky miner. As you can see, it still hasn't cleaned this up. Now it is a large area, 150 by 150, all the way down to bedrock. So I could put the temporal bees out by this thing. I think that might be a good idea. And I've got a second one of those running as well. And that is over here. Same setup. Again, it's the auto eject covers from dentistry that is pulling the stuff out. And everything is getting fed back there. Okay, so now back home. Let's go deal with the dentistry stuff. That's in here. So we've got a DNA extractor, typical bee stuff, the hopper there, almost the identical setup, bronze ingot there for the genetic transposer. We'll go set those two things up. Now, I believe this thing here auto feeds automatically into the machine beside it. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Oh, and we need, do I have it on me? Yes, I do. I have some labware on me. We need labware. We put some bees in there, and it's going to make liquid DNA. And then when this runs out of liquid DNA, it'll move it over to it. Now, I was doing it through these drums before. So this one's less than half full. This one's currently empty. I was getting them from the squeezer over here. This is more direct and you get more DNA that way. That's all I'm using that one for. Now, next up is the genetic transposer. I'll put another set of the labware in there. Oh, and I'm going to need some blank gene samples. We'll grab 4 of those. Now, what this is used for is to make copies of either gene samples or templates. Why do I need that? Well, think about Immortal and Fertility 1. Fertility 1's a pain in the butt to get, because you can't make a whole pile of drones and then stick it in there. I was doing it by what was I doing? I was taking a Fertility 4 princess and a Fertility 1 drone, having them make babies, and then see what I could get for the Fertility 1 off of that, which is a pain in the butt to do. So, well, those go there. Okay, so we take our Fertility 1, put it there, and it makes a bunch of Fertility 1s. We can do the same thing for Immortal. Immortal, not as bad as the Fertility 1, but still takes a long time to make them. And we got a whole bunch of Immortals and a whole bunch of Fertility 1s that quick, that easy. So I found that kind of useful. We'll just shove them in here for now. I'll sort them out later. All right. So now that you've seen what those two machines do, why am I bothering to sleep? I don't need to sleep anymore. Habit. What's next up here? Oh yeah, I was going to show you my auto ore processing system. So that chest links to the ones by the bees, and I have a item translocator. You click on the bottom one here so that it's the receiving one, and I also put a piece of glowstone on that speeds it up so it's faster, and it pulls everything out of there pretty much instantaneously. And it's coming down in here, and I'm being auto-fed into my industrial grinder. See, tiny little delays on some things, not all the time. It's weird how it happens. But notice there's a few things. The uranium, the platinum, and the Certus didn't go, so I want one of each of these. Okay, so what happens with this is thing here is making a whole bunch of like tiny dusts. and regular size dust, both of them. And then they're coming over here, and the tiny dusts are being shoved into these compact drawers. And the compact drawers turn them into the larger dusts. The larger dusts, in turn, are being put over here and being processed like that. So far, so good. So I'm using these drawers here as sort of like a filtering system to feed the dust into this, which makes the ingots. The ingots come out of there and go up into these drawers here. So far, so good. So the only things that didn't get done were these three and the oil shale, which I'm not getting much of that anyway, so I really don't care about it. So let's set up processing for these three. Now this is one way to do it with drawers and use them as the filtering process. Another way to do it is, in this case, we're going to use a grinder to process these things. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to set this up. Do we have our grinder set up yet? There's our grinder. Let's call this grinder ores, because I might have more than one grinder. And that tells me that I've got the right one. Yeah, that's the ores one. So we're pulling for the export from this chest is here. No, actually we can't use it. We're going to have to set, because this export is filtered like that. No, let's use a new line. Yeah, we got to use a new line anyway. So we're going to create a new line. And it's for items. And we're going to create whoops. Turn that off. Create a export. And we'll leave it wide open for right now. Oh, but we'll put it on stacks. Then over here, for that guy, we'll come down to our grinder. Ores grinder. Yeah, that's you. 5. We'll do create an insert. And now, keep in mind, ore dictionary matching. On all the other piping systems that I've ever worked with, this is on by default. But you've got to press it in this one to have ore dictionary matching. These two are not matching by default on the others, but this one is. So you might get different results than you're expecting if you don't click that. All right, and so let's start with our Certus. We'll put that there. It's an input. Let's see how this guy's set up for. Yeah, we need a input from the bottom. And then here we need an output from the bottom as well. And then for the grinder, which ores there, you need to put it into the drawers. The drawer input is there. So we'll create an export, and we'll just have it export everything in stack mode. Okay, that should be all set up. Let's turn this on and see if we sucked all our... No, the charged Certus is not coming out. Okay, why not? Because we got tiny zinc piles in there for some reason. I guess I didn't turn something off when I should have. I just clogged it up, that's all. Ooh, this guy's full. That's what the... All right. We need... Where are they in here? Takes me forever to find anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as you can see, that sets it up. I leave one open always, so I can put a bigger one in if I want. I just haven't decided what I'm doing with zinc yet. So that's why I'm putting those in there for now. And the iron upgrades are cheap. So this should have processed all the Certus is done. So next up, let's try it with platinum. So we come down here to our grinder for ores, the input, and we'll stick a platinum in there. And boom, it's already finished all the platinum. And then the final one we're going to do is for the uranium. And we've got to give it some place to put the uranium. Then we've got to take the uranium and we've got to have it process over here or something for an electric furnace. But I'll just leave that like that for now. All right. So that is our auto ore processing setup. You have two different choices of setting it up for drawers like this for the filtering, or you can set up the filtering like I did for the grinder. You can do it either way. Both work. And I think I prefer not using the drawers. It's a little more flexible otherwise. And less work. All right, so next up, let's get started on plastics. To do that, notice I've got chrome plates here. To get chrome plates, you need chrome dust, which you get from industrial electrolyzer by putting ruby dust in there. And you get your chrome dust, you cook that up, and you get it that way. So chrome plates, titanium, which I showed you how to make, and advanced tool frames. This gets a highly advanced frame. Put in there these ruby plates, ruby dust or blocks of ruby. That's what I'm looking for. Might as well grab this while I'm at it. Where were we? Over here? Yeah. And that gets us our auto placer, which is a lot more well behaved than a dispenser for placing down the wood. And it's a quest anyways. All right. So also we're going to make ourselves a latex processing unit. Standard machine frame, iron gear, furnaces, simple stuff. And we're going to make ourselves an igneous extruder, copper gears, redstone reception coil, invar ingots. I made the invar in the smeltery. And then those are all for the next thing, if I'm not mistaken. Let's deal with the plastics first. Oh, right. I don't need that or that. I could have left them there, but no use wasting. I've got the advanced ones now because they're a little faster. And no use wasting them or making you think that they're necessary there. Oh, and I want to make it easy to place this thing, so I'm going to get down low. And I'll take my auto placer, place him there. Oh, I know what I forgot. I forgot my wood. Use any type of wood, but the recipes are all set up for oak, so we'll do it with this one. Okay. And then we had made a tree fluid extractor before. Put it there, pointed at it, and it's starting to pull the latex out of the wood. All right. So next up, we need our latex processor. Put that down there. And oh, this guy, first off, he's going to need power. There, he's got power now. And then, oh, he's going to need water. I forgot about that. If I get a sink in here, I think I do. Yeah, I do. We don't need that on me. There. And I'm going to need that and that. Okay. So put the sink up there. That and that. And you're going to need one as well. And then and the latex is going over, the water is going in, and we're making our tiny rubber. I could have fed the latex over lots of different ways. Since I was putting this on there anyways, I thought that was handy. Okay, next up we need to put down the mechanical crafter. Where's the mechanical crafter? There he is. And we'll take the tiny rubbers. There we go. And that makes the tiny rubbers. And this guy's going to be smart enough to be able to pull them when it's got enough there. Yeah, it did. And now we've got our dry rubber. Then, so for the next step on this, our final step, is we're going to put down another electric furnace. And again, this guy is going to need power. Oh, let's give him a name so that I don't get confused. And we'll call you Plastic. And that's it. And that now has power. We'll come over here and our bits of rubber. Actually, let's leave them in here. And we will do it like this. So you get an auto input. There we go. And it's making plastic. You're going to be an auto output. And I need some plastic. And we're going to come over here and find you again. That's the plastic one. This is the insert, so create an export. And then we'll come upstairs here. And there, it sucked in some more plastic. Okay, that works. So that is our plastic processing system. Just to go over it again, we go from the autoplacer to the tree fluid extractor, latex processing unit. I used a mechanical crafter. You could use an RF tools one. And then something to smelt it. All right, next up, tungsten. Now this may not be the most efficient way. I just looked in JEI and sort of bumped into this method of doing it. So we're going to need an industrial centrifuge. Refined iron, I made that before, extractors before, made all of that before. And we're going to need Our redstone, notice it's a conductance coil, not the other coil. Goes in there with a nether brick. That's just cook down some netherrack and make it into a brick. And this gives us an augment for our magna crucible, deliberately for lava. All right. So we'll come down here and we'll start up our next system. And we'll start with an igneous extruder. That's you. And you're going to need power. Oh, I don't know if it has a name on it on this thing or not. Let's see if it does. No, it doesn't. So we'll call you Cobble. Oh, and the setup here, make sure it's set to Cobble. There we go. That's Cobble. Okay. You're getting power now. Oh, you're going to need to be primed. I'm going to need water. And I'm going to need lava. I'm going to be making lots of lava now, but I need some to get started. Our lava and our water. And you're making cobble. And you're making it pretty quick, so I'm fine with you. Oh, take that off there. We only need to output there. All right. And then the next step on this is a magna crucible, which we made before, so I just co-opted the old one I had. And we're doing this the other way around. And it is melting it down, but not, oh, it doesn't have power yet. I don't know if it needs a name or not. Yeah, it does. So we'll call you Lava. Which one was lava? There, that one. So you're now creating lava see, it's really, really slow. So we need to speed this guy up. Now we got a harden upgrade kit from a quest. So we're going to put that on there. And we're going to put this thing on there. And as you can see, it is much quicker now at making lava. That's a reasonable speed. Okay. So next up, we need our fluid transposer. Take all that off. And what are we calling you? We're calling you lava cells. And we'll give you power. And then for our config, oh, we're going to need some of these. Notice how I have this set up. I just filled these up so it didn't fill with empty cells in case I wanted to move it or something. And that should be plenty to keep this thing going. Then we're going to have you this fluid input like that. Yeah. And that gives us a lava cell. And then the lava cell next goes into an industrial centrifuge, which is you. And you're going to output there. And the industrial centrifuge, which we are going to call Tungsten, I guess. How do you spell tungsten? I don't know. Okay, tungsten needs power first things first. There we go. And you're going to need an input auto input. No, it's not auto input. We just need an input there. There we go. And it's starting to do its processing stuff now. This seems to be kind of slow. So we want some of these guys here. There we go, and it's making this stuff here. So there's no place for electrum to go, and there's no place for tungsten to go right now. The other two are fine. So let's set up places for those to go. Tungsten, we can put you right here. And electrum, we'll put you right there. Then, oh, you need to be set up for output, 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 output. Then this guy here, where's tungsten? I don't remember where it was in this list. There. There's tungsten. That's why I have to name these guys. And it's going to create an export. Stacks. And it sucked all the stuff out. Oh. Are you going to need continuous? Yeah, it's using up the cells. The cells are not going to be repeated. Okay. So I need to... Okay, we can deal with that. So you need an input from there of cells. Oh, I called you tin. Yeah, you're probably the right one. You're okay. So yeah, you've got an input of tin. That's why I called you tin. I get it. So we're going to have it output to, where's this goes to that on ores. I'm going to co-opt one of the channels. Might as well be this one. All right. So I'm going to turn this one off for just a sec. And you're going to create an export stack okay. So far so good. And it was something called lava cells that gets it. Okay. Lava cells. This is the one that gets the insert. And we'll turn on this. And you're getting them now. Okay. Okay, so you're staying full of them. Why haven't you turned... How many does it take? Oh, 16. Okay. But yeah, this could even use another upgrade. All right, but that's what we need to do to make tungsten. There might be better ways to make tungsten. I could use bees. I could do a bunch of other things. You can let me know in the comments if there's something I missed. I just pulled it out of JEI, not out of any recommendation from anybody else or something. But that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Go out there and have some fun. Thanks.